class. In today's class, children, we are going to see that with what process we can convert any plant into a cloth. What is the process behind in getting clothes from plants? Now, if you are watching all the videos, children, you may know that we are doing plant fibers. As I told you that fiber is something that we obtain from plants, obtained from animals, or nowadays they can be prepared synthetically or chemically. Now, why we are studying this chapter? If you don't know the name of the chapter, the name of the chapter is Fiber to Fabric, means from fiber to fabric. Now, what is fiber? What is fiber? Fiber is a thin strand of this thread, thin strand of thread. And what is fabric? Fabric is a piece of cloth. From that piece of cloth we made our clothes. From where do we get this thread? We get it from plants, we get it from animals, we get it from chemicals. Now in the last class, children, we talked about two natural fibers, two plant fibers. What were they? They were cotton and jute. Now today we will see that how we can convert this cotton and jute into clothes. How clothes can be made, how clothes can be weaved out of these fibers. Are you ready for that? Okay. So this was the slide, children, that I discussed in the last class. You must have written that in notes, and about cotton also. Now let us talk about that how these flowers are cotton flowers. Okay, how these cotton flowers can be converted into these clothes. Isn't it so magical, children, that these flowers can be made into these clothes? What is the process behind it? Well, children, there are basically three processes which is involved. So the first process is ginning. Second one is spinning. Third one is weaving. Okay, so only these three processes, by using these three processes, we will try to understand this process of obtaining fabric from fiber. Okay, now let us discuss them one by one. So the picture that you can see on your screen is of a lady who is collecting this cotton. Okay, so this lady is collecting this cotton balls from the field. So this fiber, children, is very old. Okay, as you can see here, the fiber is most often spun into yarn or thread and used to make clothes and breathable textiles. Generally, cotton fibers are very breathable. They are very lightweighted. They are preferred in summer season. The use of cotton for fabric is known to date to prehistoric times. Fragments of cotton fabric dated to the 5th millennium BC have been found in the Indus Valley civilization. So you can easily tell, children, that how old this cotton fiber is, because traces of this cotton fiber was found in Indus Valley civilization. So that's the reason why this cotton is very important. Now we are going to discuss these three processes. So the first process is ginning. Okay, the first process is ginning. So ginning we will study, and spinning we will study, and weaving we will study. So the process of making cotton transforms the raw fibers into thread. This is yarn, and fabric in three steps. That is preparation or ginning, spinning, S-P-I-N-N-I-N-G, spinning, and weaving. Okay, so let us study them one by one. So how basically that is carried out, let us study in this picture only. So the first step is here, the plants are grown. So once it is matured, we collect it in our basket. So you can see here these ladies are collecting it in the baskets. Now the second thing is that to remove the seed. Because cotton flower has seed also into it. So we need to remove that cotton seed, and this process is called as ginning. So what is ginning? Ginning is the removal of seed from cotton plant. So as you can see here, can you read out? Yes, try to read, children. Preparation. To be used for thread or fabric, raw seeds, cotton must be cleaned and free from debris. Seeds, burrs, dirt, stem and leaf material are removed from the cotton during ginning. This process of separating, this is the process of separating cotton from seed. So this is ginning. G-I-N-N-I-N-G. Children, in the previous slide I wrote one hand, so correct this spelling. The spelling is G-I-N-N-I-N-G. Ginning. So for example, I took this cotton from the field. Suppose my cotton field is ready and I have collected this cotton balls. Now this cotton ball also has a lot of burrs like insects, a lot of dirt and insects and seed most importantly inside it. So the very first step is to remove this dirt, to remove these burrs and also to remove debris, means small stones, seeds. So it has seed into it. Can you see the seed here? Can you see the seed here? I have marked it with my sketch. So it is somewhat like this. So we need to remove this seed. We need to remove this seed because this seed is not required and that seed germinates into new cotton plant. Okay, so we remove that seed, and this removal of seed, this removal of dirt, this removal of debris and other unwanted materials from this cotton ball is called as ginning. Removal of seed from the cotton basically is called as ginning. Apart from cotton, you get debris, birds, dirt, stems and leaves, because sometimes the stems and leaves they also collect here. So the removal of all this is called as ginning. Clear everyone? So this step is most important because this is the first step. And children, how we do this? As you can see here, this is a machine which do this, and also in earlier times people used to do it by hand like I did. They used to remove it like hands, but nowadays we have machines, so we do it by machine. It saves a lot of time and a lot of labor, children. Okay, so that was the first process. Now the another process is spinning. Okay, once we have removed the dirt, we have removed the seed, the next step is to spin it, to convert it into yarns. For example, I have this cotton ball. It is free from dirt, free from seed. So what I will do is, can you do this? This is the activity that I am giving you. Okay, so this is the activity that you have to do. So take a cotton piece in your hand and try to roll it. Okay, you do it when you make wick for diya. Take it and try to roll it like this. Okay, try to roll it. Can you convert it into this small thread like this? Yes. So this is what similar to spinning. This is something similar to spinning. So what happens in spinning? We convert this cotton ball into this piece of thread and we make yarn out of it. We make this. I have made this very thick one, but with the help of machines or charkha, we make it more thinner like this, and we convert it into this yarns and we make this bundles out of this. So this process is called as spinning. Clear everyone? So let us read about spinning. A yarn is usually of substantial length and of small cross section. In cross section of a yarn there are usually a multiple number of staple fibers, short fibers or filaments of unlimited length. We can see here, children, this is the cotton ball and they are converted it into thread. This process is called as spinning. I hope it is clear, children. Write it down in your notebook. And now this can be done by using charkhas, and nowadays we have machines also. But in earlier time people used to use this charkha. Have you seen Mahatma Gandhi ji using this charkha? So he was the man who invented this charkha. The main purpose behind this charkha is that, children, in earlier times we used to use a lot of foreign clothes. But during this, when there was a battle for independence, so Mahatma Gandhi ji promoted Indians to use this charkha and make their own clothes by using cotton. So this is what this charkha signifies also. A simple device used for spinning is a hand spindle, also called takli. Also hand operated devices used for spinning is charkha. So hand used devices are charkha, spindle and takli. Okay? So this is the machine that is used by industries. You can see clearly. Can you see? So yarn made out of staple fiber is known as spun yarn. So this is yarn. Can you see? This is now converted Because the staple fiber should undergo a number of process stage so that a yarn can be made out of them. This procedure or process stage, correct sequence, is called spinning. So spinning is making yarn out of cotton balls. So this is the activity that I am giving you. Hold some cotton wool in one hand, pin some cotton between the thumb and forefinger of the other hand. Now gently start pulling out the cotton while continuously twisting the fiber. This process of making yarn from fiber is called as spinning. Okay. Now the last process is children weaving. Now weaving is one of the most important process because we cannot use this. For example, if I have this cloth, I cannot make clothes out of it. No, I need to make it into a piece. For example, I have this paper. Okay, for example, let's suppose this paper is a cloth, is a piece of cloth. Let's suppose. Okay, so for example, this is a piece of cloth. So we need to get a piece of cloth into this form. Now then only I can make kurta out of it. Are you getting it? I cannot make kurta out of this. Yes. So for this I have to convert this thread into this cloth, and converting this thread or yarn into this piece is called as weaving. Okay. Now this is done by hand looms or this is done by machines. So write down. Weaving is a method of textile production in which two distinct sets of yarns or threads are interlaced at right angles to form a fabric or cloth. Other methods are knitting, crocheting, felting, braiding or plaiting. The longitudinal threads are called warp and the lateral threads are called the weft or frame. Now children, you must have observed your mother doing knitting. Okay, knitting, they have these two stick like thing, and with the help of that they weave it. Okay, have you seen your mother weaves woolen sweaters? So many ladies, they weave clothes out of these thread by using the process called as weaving. Okay, I hope children it is clear to you all. I hope the process of weaving. So this knitting is a process of weaving only. Knitting is a way of weaving. Okay, there are many ways by which you can do knitting. I hope children it is clear to you by now the processes which are involved in making a fiber into fabric. So this weaving has many ways. For example, knitting, crocheting, felting, braiding, plaiting. Okay, so this process is called as weaving. So what are the three ways by which we can convert fiber into fabric? The first one is ginning, means converting seed, removing seed. The next one is spinning. Spinning means converting into yarns. Third one is weaving. Weaving is converting it into cloth or fiber. Fabric. Cloth or fabric. So this is basically a traditional method by which you can see a lady is weaving it. Nowadays machines are also there which do this purpose. The yarns are much thinner than our paper strips. Of course, weaving of fabric is done on looms. The looms are either hand operated or power operated. So children, I hope you understood this chapter. I hope you understood that how this cotton wool, this small snow-like thing can be converted into this piece of kurta. So this is a cloth, this is a flower-like thing. This converts into this thread, and this thread converts into this kurta. So this was all about this chapter, children. In the next class, we will see few question and answers of this chapter. Have a great day, everyone. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. Have a great day.